Hello, I'm Andrea West, and I'm presenting my personal speech for Professor Stepnowski's class. It is titled An Inspiration from a Faraway Land. Put yourself in someone else's shoes is a common phrase, but it is not a common thing that we all do every day, especially in this self-centered and fast life, fast-paced at least. It is only when we stop for a moment and give ourselves to others that we realize the true meaning of empathy. I recently learned the meaning of empathy this year when I went to Usulután, El Salvador with Habitat for Humanity. I got to meet a multitude of people who shared their story and made me realize all that I take for granted. Most inspirational to me was my team leader, Ronald Vega. As team leader, Ronald took care of us every day. He was a translator, guard, all of that, but most importantly, a friend. Ronald was not just an employee of Habitat for Humanity to me, he was a teacher. Most important and beneficial to me was the story he had to share, his relationship with God and those around him. Habitat for Humanity is a non-profit organization that has been contributing to the community for many years. Volunteering and working helped build relationships, leadership, the housing, a bond, and appreciation of everyday struggle developing countries and its communities faced. El Salvador is a small country with a lot of heart, and the team members that I met created a lifelong impact, not just Ronald, but family members that were there as well. After being struck by recent natural disasters, the housing need had increased rapidly in El Salvador, both in urban and rural areas. As a volunteer with Global Villages, I worked in all stages of construction, from digging foundations to painting the house when we were almost completed. Responsibilities included carrying bricks, mixing cement, compacting dirt, and moving materials. It was a lot of work. A typical workday began around 7 a.m. and ended at 4. First, workers woke up for around breakfast around 6:30, and once finished there, we took a 30-minute bus ride to a work site in Puerto Triunfo, El Salvador. Once on site, a devotional was read, and there was a moment of silence for prayer. There was a morning snack, a lunch break, an afternoon snack, and all of those lasted around 45 minutes. Like I said, the lifestyle and culture was very different. Ronald was beside us every part of the day, though, whether we were working on the house, talking with family members during lunch, or traveling El Salvador to the different state departments. He would translate and help us ask questions, explain the culture, take us to the grocery store, even get ice cream with us. Along the way during all of this, Ronald also shared his story. The reason he had known English so well is because he grew up in the United States for most of his childhood. He had been deported about 5 years ago. While he was in the United States, Ronald had a son, and he was no longer able to see him, and it was also difficult to keep communication as long-distance telephone calls. I mean, you could chat with him on Facebook, but like I said, with both parents not making a lot of money, it was difficult. Although with all of his bad luck and struggles he had been through, Ronald always maintained his relationship with God and had faith in Christ. Ronald became a friend through all of the memories that we shared. The meals, relaxation, and travels together created a bond that I'll never forget. The skills I learned from working on the house with Ronald will continue to help me throughout life. I learned not only constructional skills, but how to break down the barriers of a diverse culture. Most inspirational was Ronald's relationship with God, someone who has struggled with so much in their life but continues to have faith. In the 2 weeks, I connected with classmates, family, Masons, and so many others. It usually takes me much longer to get along with people and bond the way I did, but I became comfortable enough to be myself and with others and laugh together, work together to create stories that I will remember for a lifetime. Thank you for listening.